Elections are bought and sold in the United States of America. I hang out on Capitol Hill all the time, and I moved to Washington, D.C. to change the planet and to change our nation and to change the world. I'm appalled by our recent election. As anyone else, this is so disturbing.
You've experienced a lot, but one particular circumstance is where you and your son's life was threatened.
Yeah.
Like, talk to us a little bit about that situation.
We had just purchased the building for the union, and I was excited, and it had a basketball court on the 3rd floor. And my son loved playing basketball, so we went there, practice. As I was locking up, leaving the building, I dropped my guard. You know, I was in a new neighborhood and was oblivious to my surroundings. I'm starting to lock the door, and I hear someone say, "They're trying to kill me." And I look to my left, it's a young man on the phone, and I said, "Who trying to kill you?" He said, "They're coming around the corner right now." And I look, and it's a Suburban coming. So I drew my firearm. My son, I look at him. My son didn't need to feel the fear in my heart. Again, no man is fearless. We feel it and we move through it. So I say, "Son, hey, I'm gonna let you back in the building, and I need you to run to the back of the building and wait for Dad to come in." When I closed the door, brother, he looking at me through the glass, and I wanted to cry because I know this is the last time I'm gonna see my son. And then the lion comes back out. And so now the street side of me, the antennas are up. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If someone's coming to kill you, why are you on the phone? And so I got in the Weaver stance next to my truck. They was trying to carjack me. So they come around, they circle around. I'm ready to start shooting if they were. I feel what happened because they did another U-turn. Why would you do a U-turn and then another one? He let them know that I could kill them. So I knew it was a setup. Now, this is what's real important. Any man that experiences something traumatic, you got to learn how to release it. So I get Jason out, get him in the car, I get home, and I'm sitting down in a chair in the kitchen, and my wife's like, "You okay?" I said, "No, I need a moment to release." See, when you're conditioned to only be strong, only stoic, now you're suppressing all these emotions and trauma, and it doesn't release, and it's going to come out the wrong way. I took a moment to cry right then just to release the heaviness of that moment. But I was so thankful that I was a comprehensive man. And I wasn't a killer like Tupac said, "I ain't a killer, but don't push me." If I wouldn't have had emotional control, I probably would have shot him first. And that's why it's important for us as men to practice being more human.
Yeah.
Because if not, you're going to blow it when you're supposed to be stable.
Mr. President, millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation, but the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. I ask you to have mercy, Mr. President, on those in our communities whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here.
What did you think of the service?
What did you think? Did you like it? Did you find it exciting? Not too exciting, was it? I didn't think it was a good service, no. Thank you very much.
Thank you, press. Thank you, press.
They can do much better.
What do you think of Elon Musk, perhaps the president's most visible advisor, doing 2 Heil Hitler salutes last night at the president's televised rally?
No, Elon Musk did not do those salutes. I was not at the rally, but I can tell you I've been at many rallies with Elon Musk, who loves to cheer when President Trump says we need to send, our U.S. space program to Mars. Elon Musk is a visionary. I'm looking forward to his work in DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, and look forward to looking how we can be more efficient and effective. But that is simply not the case. And to say so is the American people are smart. They see through it. They support Elon Musk. We are proud to be the country of such successful entrepreneurs. That is one of our greatest strengths as Americans.
Let me share with you what a few Americans have said about it. Evan Kilgore, a right-wing political commentator, wrote on X, "Holy crap, did Elon Musk just Heil Hitler at the Trump inauguration rally? This is incredible. We are so back." Does it concern you that those elements of the neo-Nazi and white supremacist element in the United States believe that what they saw last night was a neo-Nazi salute?
What concerns me is these are the questions you believe are most important to ask to the UN ambassador.
You are right. These are the questions I choose to ask because I think that your work and the administration's work on anti-Semitism only comes with real impact and credibility if it holds both right and left accountable. I simply don't believe that if a member of the squad made that same gesture last night, that there wouldn't be commentary from you and others.
We're going to bring in former D.C. Metro Police Officer Michael Fanone. He joins us. He was badly attacked, beaten, defending the Capitol, lost consciousness, suffered a heart attack after a man named Daniel Rodriguez repeatedly shocked him with a stun gun, yelling, "Trump won." Daniel Rodriguez was granted a pardon tonight.
I have been betrayed by my country. Rest assured, I have been betrayed by my country, and I've been betrayed by those that supported Donald Trump.
Republicans have long said you guys back the blue. How do you justifiably say that when Trump just pardoned a bunch of violent January 6 rioters who attacked Capitol Police? And if those rioters come to the Capitol, will you welcome them back here?
So look, everybody can describe this however they want. The president has the pardon and commutation authority. It's his decision, and I think what was made clear all along is that peaceful protests and people who engage in that should never be punished. There was a weaponization of the Justice Department. There was a weaponization of the events. The following, the prosecutions that happened after January 6th. It was a terrible time and a terrible chapter in America's history. The president's made his decision. I don't second guess those. And yes, it's kind of my ethos, my worldview. We believe in redemption. We believe in second chances. If you would argue that those people didn't pay a heavy penalty, having been incarcerated and all of that's up to you. But the president's made a decision. We move forward.
Monday was a celebration for most Americans. However, not everyone is happy about the direction that our country is headed, which is actually disappointing. For example, yesterday at the National Prayer Service, the bishop was extreme in her views, extremely out of line and out of touch. And what she did was uncalled for. Perhaps we should pray for her.
You would agree that it's never acceptable to assault a police officer,
Sure.
right? So then if I can, among those you pardoned, DJ Rodriguez, he drove a stun gun into the neck of a DC police officer who was abducted by the mob that day. He later confessed on video to the FBI and pleaded guilty for his crimes. Why does he deserve a pardon?
Well, I don't know. Was it a pardon? Because we're looking at commutes and we're looking at pardons. Okay, well, we'll take a look at everything. But I can say this. Murderers today are not even charged. You have murderers that aren't charged all over. No, I am the friend of police. More than any president that's ever been in this office.
One of the most searing images, the most brutal assaults, was against Officer Daniel Hodges. You can't forget the disturbing way he was attacked. And as he was being attacked, one rider ripped off Officer Hodges' gas mask. Another hit him in the head with his own baton. One tried to gouge one of his eyes out. And it was Patrick McCaughey that you can see here who pinned him in that Capitol doorway and assaulted him with a police shield. A judge sentenced him to 7.5 years in prison for his role in that attack. But tonight, he is free. His mom tells the Connecticut Insider he's on his way home. Are you worried that Trump's pardon of people like Patrick encourages them to do this again?
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't it, right? If people know that there are not going to be any consequences for their actions, particularly their crimes, and they would like to further a certain agenda with extreme violence, then all they have to know is that they've got a wink and a nod from a man in office who doesn't have any integrity, and they're good to go, right?
Trump says he's the friend of the police. Do you think that's true?
Trump says a lot of things. Sometimes lies are more reliable than truth. And I have not had any experience that would suggest he is a friend of the police. I think what he's a friend of is anyone who elevates his position.
President Trump gave unconditional pardons to violent criminals who attacked our nation's capital on January 6th. And these are the people who want you to believe, who want us to believe that they're trying to, quote unquote, keep criminals off the streets. When they are opening the floodgates. You may wonder why so many of our friends across the aisle who care so deeply about the rule of law happen to be so desperate to pass this bill after they are unleashing people who attacked police officers here on this Capitol into roaming our streets, who are publicly saying now they want to get a gun. Suddenly, these folks care about public safety? I don't think so. Look no further than the price tag of this bill, $83 billion. They know that it can't be paid for. They know that the capacity is not there. And you know what will be there? Private prison companies are going to get flooded with money, who give this money, no doubt. I want folks at home to look. Look at what members of Congress are invested in private prison companies who receive this kind of money, and look at the votes on this bill. It is atrocious that people are lining their pockets with private prison profits. So when a private prison camp opens in your town and they say, we didn't know this was going to happen, know that they did. And they voted for it. When a dreamer is disappeared from your classroom, when the President of the United States destroys what is left of the Constitution.
So it is a couple of days after the inauguration, and I've been reflecting a lot on the pardons that President Trump issued for these 1,500 individuals that have been convicted of crimes related to the attack on the Capitol. These are folks that planned an insurrection. They assaulted police officers. They were part of the violence that occurred. On the inaugural day, I had a chance to talk to one of the police officers who I see every single day when I walk into the building where I work. He was here 4 years ago. On Inauguration Day of 2025, he came to work at 3:30 in the morning, and he worked for 16 hours here to keep us safe. And I can't stop thinking about how he felt about all those folks getting pardoned when he has a permanent hand injury. And I think about the families of those who were seriously injured, and what a disrespect it is to those folks to pardon the people who committed these crimes. That's what President Trump chose to do on his very first day in office.
You tell him I want you to suck my while I watch porn. I was just being
Yo, big dog. Hey, listen. We need to have a conversation with you real quick. An organization that monitors online activity between adults and children. I literally protect children. So you're trying to do what I do. In a way?
Yeah, I mean, you know.
So maybe you could come join us and help us protect against. Is that what you're trying to say? Just think about what you're saying. It sounds silly. What makes a grown man say, hey, let me hit up this 14-year-old again and see what's up with him?
Again, I know it's, oh my God, you think all the time.
No, he didn't.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You tell him I want you to suck my while I watch porn.
I was just being sarcastic.